Nico's MIDI core pack.
Nico's MIDI pack.
Nico.
Bespoke radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
I need your help to get to the year 1985. You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening, Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, man. Today's Thursday, May 12th, 2022. How you doing? For KJCR, the Game Changer and NX Networks, Ray Hobbs, I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? All right. How you doing? Tonight is another Fadernight with open lines all night long. That's right. Your calls, your conversations, UFOs, time travel, conspiracy, the paranormal, the supernatural, lost history, guitars, food, entertainment, comedy, whatever's on your mind. It's your night. It's all about you. That's right. I just get to hang out and chat. So much fun. Really looking forward to the show tonight. 747-228-2051. And I'll be speaking at the X Conference tomorrow night, Friday the 13th. Tomorrow night, unxnetwork.com is where you want to go. unxnetwork.com. We'll see everybody tomorrow night. I think we gave away some tickets last week. I hope everybody got their stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow night. And then coming up next month, I will be hosting Disclosure Fest. And that's coming up on June 18th, one day, Saturday, downtown here in Los Angeles at the Los Angeles State Historic Park. Largest event on the calendar all year in the world. And come and hang out with us, disclosurefest.org. And then I'll be in Egypt coming up this October. Space is very limited. And forbiddenknowledge.com for tickets and info there. I'll be celebrating my birthday October 10th in Luxor on the Nile cruise. I cannot wait for that. A couple of other events coming up. We've got the release of the Black Knight satellite. And let me see here if I can. I might have the ability to do this. Let me see if I can just pull this up real quick. The new trailer was released today. And let's see. I think I have it here, and it's here, but it's in a different format. Let's see if I can play it. And if I can.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
You're dealing with
And
all of these
there's
objects
no
that are
audio.
hanging out over your sensitive military installations, nuclear facilities.
Why not?
And now you're seeing objects in orbit.
After enhanced, I can see that there was almost two halves to this craft. This is something that is intelligently made.
Somebody
it's
is
weird.
watching us. We should at least
Okay,
know
well,
who it is
there's-
and why.
There's the
what we call the
there's
messenger.
the trailer.
They keep watching us because they're thinking, well, perhaps they're not going in the right direction.
And it's pretty awesome.
This is a
There it
natural
is.
NSA document. They are
And,
talking about communication through specific frequencies and then how we could communicate back with ET.
Oh man! Well, there's the trailer, and it's an excellent trailer. Man, you should hear the audio.
This Black
And
Knight is
that's coming
somehow
up
correlated
in
with the Oasis constellation.
in
I think there's
June.
a
On June
lot
3rd, it'll
more
be in
to it.
Detroit.
An early reptilian
And
race
I'll see
brought
if I
this
can rig this
satellite.
up. See, I just got the trailer a few minutes ago. So let's see. And I don't even know how to unshare that. So if let's see, that's weird. Huh. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I'm all disoriented. I thought I'd be fancy and whip that out. I don't know what's going on with that. And so there we go. Okay. I thought I played a trailer before. Why wouldn't that's weird. Now, see, if I would have played, if I would have gone the opposite direction. Okay, you know what? Let me try this. All right, let's play with it. What if I did something like, there it is right there. So if I open this up and then I just play, okay, so, and if I get this set up over here, and wow.
Over your sensitive military installations, nuclear facilities, and now you're seeing objects in orbit?
After I enhanced it a little bit more, I can see that there was almost two halves to this.
They're all going against the
No comment. Do you want to know why the video file didn't play? Do you really want me to tell you why? Because I had it muted. All right, so let's go again. Let's see.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
You're dealing with all of these objects that are hanging out over your sensitive military installations, nuclear facilities, and now you're seeing objects in orbit?
After I enhanced it a little bit more, I can see that there was almost two halves to this craft. This is something that is intelligently made.
Somebody is watching us. We should at least know who it is and why.
What we call the messengers.
Yes.
They keep watching us because they're thinking, well, perhaps they're not going in the right direction.
This is an actual NSA document. They are talking about communication through specific frequencies and then how we could communicate back with ET.
Houston, this is Discovery. We still have the alien spacecraft under apparent.
This black night is somehow correlated with the Rhoads constellation.
I think there's a lot more to it.
An early reptilian race brought this satellite into orbit.
These so-called satellites are to observe the planets, to listen. The universe is full of these probes.
What I think is the most important thing to understand, are we being watched? Who is watching us? And where are they from? I am Billy Carson, and this is my investigation into the Black Knight satellite.
Black Knight, satellite.
Donnie Arcade doing the music for the credits. So there you go. And so that's coming up next month, and I'll be at the premiere for that, the red carpet in Detroit. And also in about 3 weeks, and I've got 2 announcements that I am going to make, two different situations that are huge. And when I don't mean huge like it's cool. I mean huge as in these are like big. And so I've got to wait about 3 weeks. And you know what's strange about this is 2 different production companies, 2 different things, 2 different countries, 2 different everything, and they are so big. It's like, what? And I just cannot wait. And the timing for both of these is 3 weeks. And setting up everything, I mean, both of these projects took about a year to do, and to get everything done. And the timing, it's just weird. So I'm going to be able to announce those in about 3 weeks, and there's no way to speed it up. I wish there was a way I could leak or do something like that, but now it's not it's not me, and it's big, man. Oh, I can't wait, and it's coming up. All right, so where am I at? Black Knight satellite. That is just totally awesome. And Billy Carson spent a lot of time on this. I know that Billy and I talked a couple of weeks ago here on the show about the production of this movie. And in the beginning, it was just the 2 of us. He came to me with the idea, and we thought we were filmmakers. It was really funny. We were like, "Yeah, we can do this on it. Yeah, we can shoot this on a cell phone, man. Let's just go." And oh man, and then it turned into this, and it's this big production. I went over to my IMDb page, and I've been so busy. And it's really weird. So today, I went to my IMDb page, which I haven't been there probably in a couple of years. And there you can go if you go to Jimmy Church IMDb, and you'll see that I've got 5 films and 1 series in production. And it's all there on IMDb. So go and check. I was like, man, I have been really busy. And this is stuff in post-production that's getting ready to get released. And so if you want to go over to IMDb, you can go and check it out. It's public knowledge now, since it's added to my IMDb page, which I don't have any control of. You know, that stuff just as things get finished by different production companies, they update it. And because I'm a member, my page gets automatically updated. And so there it is. I was like, wow, that's right. Oh, man. And so we've got a whole series of stuff that is coming out in the next few months. Yeah. First thing up off of and out of the gate is the Black Knight satellite, but there's two TV series and three movies that are all getting ready to launch in the next few months. So, plus my other main TV series that I'm in the middle of filming right now. That I can't announce yet. And I'm in the middle of that. So there you go. Okay. All of that because I was waiting to get to the breaking news. This is insane. North Korea. I haven't talked about Kim Fatty Fat in a while. North Korea imposed. Now, listen, sometimes I understand that the news on this program can sound like satire or parody, that it's this is the video version of The Onion, like this story. North Korea imposed a nationwide lockdown today to control its first acknowledged case of COVID-19. After holding more than 2 years to a widely doubted claim of a perfect record keeping the virus out of the country, right, while it has spread to every corner of the world, the outbreak forced leader Kim Fatty Fat to wear a mask in public for the first time since the start of the pandemic. But the scale of transmissions inside North Korea isn't immediately known. The official Korean Central News Agency said tests for the virus confirmed the first case was the Omicron variant. There you go. I'm not making it up. I mean, that is the press release. All right. Scientists, this is huge news. Huge news. I posted this up on social media today. Scientists from the University of Florida have grown plants in lunar soil, according to a peer-reviewed study published this week in the journal Communications Biology. The researchers used moon's soil, also called lunar regolith, to conduct the experiment. They had 12 grams of soil, the equivalent of a few teaspoons, collected during Apollo 11, 12, and 17 missions. The material was loaned to the researchers by NASA. That's right. Plants grow in lunar soil. I got nothing. I got nothing. I mean, that is just crazy. And, okay, I should actually rant on this for about 20 minutes, but let's stop and examine what I just said. Seeds, evolution, life on this planet, plants have adapted to grow in Earth's dirt. The nutrients are there. The sunlight comes in, water, soil, everything works together. It's magic. It's nature, the soil, the thing, everything that you have involved with that, the bugs and the worms and the bees and what, lunar dirt. How is that possible? But it is. And I posted the pictures on Twitter, and I posted them over on Facebook, and you look at these pictures and you see these little baby plants growing in lunar soil. It's mind-blowing. Now, obviously, when we go to the moon, right? When we plant, yeah, Lord Nelson, let's start planting on the moon right now. Exactly. Got all, you mean that we are able to take the lunar soil and bring it indoors, get a couple of grow lights, throw some water on it, and we can start growing weed on the moon? Like, now, all the food You don't have to bring dirt to the moon. It's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Okay. I'm not supposed to give my opinions on a news story. I'm supposed to just read the news and remain objective. Not when it comes to moon dirt. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. The other big news of the day, and it is huge. The Event Horizon Telescope has captured the first and only image of the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way. The image was taken in the light of sub-millimeter radio waves, confirms that there is indeed a black hole in the heart of the Milky Way that is feeding on a trickle of hydrogen gas. The new image shows that the size of Sagittarius A's event horizon is 51.8 microseconds on the sky. You can look at the images that I posted, and if somebody could pop this up here, this would be great. In Twitter, I'll do a retweet. You can see the position in the Milky Way, where the center of the Milky Way is from your backyard. And it is crazy. Let's see. Hey, Jimmy, I've got an important job interview tomorrow. Do you have any advice? Thanks. That's from HH. Yeah, HH, stop listening to this show and go to bed. That's what you do. Wake up fresh. Yeah, here's the plants. Look at that. I mean, isn't that crazy? Lunar dirt. That is just, it just doesn't make any sense. It just opens up all the questions, right? Did stuff ever grow on the moon? Did the moon have an atmosphere? How is that possible? And how did how is the dirt not completely dead, being exposed to solar radiation for billions of years? How is it possible that something is alive in that lunar dirt, that it can give life? Which begs to question, I mean, life must be everywhere in the universe. And so now what goes on with the Martian soil then? We squirt a little water in there and throw a couple of pot plant seeds in there. What happens? Pot seeds? I keep talking about pot, but pot's fun to grow. But anything, corn, wheat, flowers, grass, trees, a rainforest. I mean, that's just crazy to me. Thank you, Lord Nelson, for posting that. You can see the center of the Milky Way right there. And how crazy is that? How many times have you gone outside and been able to look at the Milky Way, stretching across the sky? That's the center of it, man. It's like right there. It's crazy. There's a black hole right there. That's nuts. That's nuts to me. All right. Where am I at? Oh, yeah. On this day in history, OTD. 1963, Bob Dylan decides to walk off the set of the Ed Sullivan Show. That's right. The country's highest rated variety show. Everybody watched it every single night. After a network censor rejected the song he planned on performing. You don't tell Bob Dylan what to play, man. It was like his first time on TV, too. He was huge. It's like 1963. And wow. That's crazy. But he did. So he didn't walk off during the Ed Sullivan Show. He walked off during rehearsals. So he was supposed to go up and rehearse. He said, you can't do that song. He said, well, bye. He walked out. All right. Fader fact. I'm doing this for Dex. Dexter Dave is in the chat room tonight and live from Australia. How you doing, Dex? If you guys remember, if you're an old-timey OG Fadernaut, You remember when, you know what Dexter did on this show with his wife. You guys know. That was a magical moment. So let's leave that right there. So this Fader fact is for Dexter Dave. In 2011, Dan Saunders, a 29-year-old Australian bartender, found an ATM glitch in an ATM machine down the street from the bar that he just got drunk in. That's a fact. That's a true part of the story. Found a glitch in that ATM that allowed him to withdraw $1.6 million of the bank's money over 4.5 months. And it was a 4.5 month spending spree. It was parties. It was private jets. He really had a good time. Neither the bank or the police cared. That's right. He confessed. He felt guilty. That's right. And they didn't want to do anything. He would have gotten away with it if he didn't force the police to arrest him 2 years later. They wanted nothing to do with it. They had no idea what the charges would even be. Bank didn't care. And that is your Fader fact. It's an incredible story. Let me tell you how he did it. Oh, man, I forgot to do my rant. All because of Billy Carson's trailer for the Black Knight satellite. Let me tell you how he did it. He ran out of money on his ATM card. He's drinking with his friends. So he goes down and tries to take money out of the ATM. It won't give him any. He then transfers money from his savings account into his checking account, and his savings account had a negative balance, right? But it allowed him to transfer the money anyway. And then the next day, it would reset back to zero. So over time, and he didn't try it at any other ATM. He only did it at that one. Over time, he figured out that between midnight and 3 a.m., the ATM machine was offline to the bank. So you could do whatever transaction you wanted out of your savings account into your main account. It would go back online at 3 a.m. Yeah. And he did that. He went nuts. He said that nobody knew, nobody figured it out, nobody cared. And he said the attitude, he would walk into his own bank. He was unemployed. He was a bartender. He quit. He would go into the bank, and the teller would look up his account as he's chatting, and she would see that he had $1 million in his checking account. And he said the respect that he got immediately and how they treated him was just crazy. It was the bank's money. And he spent it. In the end, he had $80,000 in cash. It's a crazy story. He had $80,000 in cash in a pillowcase. And he was just tired of spending money. He was worn out. He just wanted to go back to work. He partied, and he turned himself in, and they let him go. And that was the end of the story. And out of guilt, man, he forced the police to finally arrest him. It's a famous story in Australia. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night. It is open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. This is the Game Changer and UNX Networks. It's Fade to Black. It's Fadernight. I'll be right back taking your calls. Stay with me.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward. This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Do you have an interest in the paranormal? Then you'll love the unxnetwork.com. The X is your streaming audio and video for everything supernatural, strange, and mysterious, like UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and so much more. From hosts like Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and Christina Gomez. Visit the unxnetwork.com show page for a complete list of all the paranormal programs you'll find on the X. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for updates at KUNXDB. Follow our Facebook group, UNX Network. Find the podcast on Spotify, iHeart, Audible, and Apple Podcast. It's time.
It's new.
It's the X.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Manson. You're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Fadernight. 747-228-2051. I got the ticker running on the bottom. That looks pretty good, huh? It's all professional. Yeah. Before we get started, I've been hanging out on Instagram. Yeah. And, well, no, not hanging out. That's wrong. I'm not hanging out on Instagram. But I have been posting to Instagram. Let me put it to you that way. And I know I mentioned earlier this week that I'm going to keep that focused on music and guitars. and just have fun with it. And I know nothing about Instagram. I don't know how algorithms work, how people post, how do this, how they tag, I know nothing, and honestly don't care. And so anyway, and what I mean by that is I'm not gonna. I don't have the time or the patience. I'm too old to get into all things Instagram. I barely have a grip on Twitter and Facebook, and even with that, it's just very basic stuff. And I have people that run those accounts for me. So not only do I have individuals that are, actual human beings that run all of those accounts, I have a separate company. I have two that run the accounts, and I have another company that specifically manages YouTube. Okay, literally I do nothing, or I do as little as possible. Instagram is a bit different, and even today, I got a text from somebody on Instagram that got an automatic response, and it turns out that one of the companies that runs a bunch of my social media has some automated replies, and that was really funny. I don't want to say the name of the company, and that was just really funny to see it. I said, he said, "This reply, is this an AI?" And it was really funny. I was like, I've never seen this before, so I don't know. But anyway, so back to my point. Instagram, the reason why I say I don't care, I am just posting whatever, and I don't care. And it's a very, and it's music based, it's guitars and it's whatever, but I don't care. It's not UFOs. It's not conspiracy. It's not government. It's not secrets. It's not this and that. It's not controversial. I can just do whatever I want, and there's no worries about what's going out. And there's a certain freedom to that where it's fun. It's weird. It's just like I can just post and go. I don't have to worry about comments. Dude, what kind of strings are you using? Are you a government shill? I don't have to worry about that. And now I suppose there's an undercurrent and a dark underbelly to Instagram that I don't know about, and I probably will never find out with the stuff that I post. But even underneath that, what if, and I don't know yet, what if the guitar community turns out to be like the UFO community? Right? I mean, what if you got a couple of guys over here with hoaxed guitar posts, fake pictures, fake guitars. I don't know. And these over here are supported by some dark CIA division that runs music. And they're accused of, there's, you can't like this guy. See, look, I mean, Instagram, it just goes off it's fun. So, and I don't get post, I don't have notifications for Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. I don't get any of that. I don't, once stuff goes out, I don't pay attention. So, and if you do, I guess what I'm saying is, when I say something like that, if you've posted a reply or have sent something to me on social media and I don't reply, it's because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's too much of it. It's way too much. Way too much. It's insane. So anyway, but back to Instagram. So there's this freedom, right? And I was thinking to myself, here I am going willy-nilly and not caring. And what if I'm like doing the wrong thing in the guitar community? Dun, dun, dun. What if, I'm the new guy? Who is the new guy? What if you're not supposed to follow him? What are you doing following him? Oh, I'm not? I just thought, what if? And so I went through this thought process today because the feeling was, man, this is so liberating. It's so liberating. It's so cool, right? Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be TikToking anytime soon. That's not going to happen. But I can't be all UFOs a conspiracy all day long, every minute of the day, 7 days a week, 4 weeks a month, right? 12 months a year, and having this thing. And so today I was thinking, man, this is so liberating. It's too good. What if? And I'm telling you, hasn't happened yet. It's going to take time for me to get my feet wet, but I bet it's just the same. It's the same with NFL, with sports. It's the same with tap dancing. It's the same with the fashion circles, news, politics, religion, any other little group out there. It's got to be the same drama. It's got to be the same. It's got to be the same. But right now it's fun. So if you want to check out my where I'm at during the day and my little music and guitar stuff, head over to Instagram and it's nothing ground shaking. It's nothing that is going to change your world. It's just little cool stuff. Like today, I posted, I'm going to get to calls in a second. Everybody just stay right there. I have, remember the little Fender guitar that I did the video of? I've got a bunch of those. I do. I've got like, there's 2 on the couch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. So I think I have like six little guitars. And so today I took one down. It's hanging right here. The Jackson Mini, Randy Rhoads. It doesn't play in tune. Sounds like crap. And it just hangs on the wall and looks good. It says Jackson on it. But I got some locking tuners for it. And I bought locking tuners for all of the mini guitars. Okay, so this is the first one. Pull it down, gave it a fret job, put a fret job, whatever that is, and put the mini tuners on, polish the frets, strung it up, plays perfect. It's crazy. Well, anyway, I shot a picture of this guitar on the bench. That's it. And it was awesome. No drama yet. Oh man. All right. Enough of that. I hope you guys are let's see. I increased my sometimes social media footprint, and I confess, Mrs. C, my old boss is the new sheriff in town. I moved back. I don't know what that means. And that's from our moderator, Bill. Bill, you need to expand on that, man. So there you go. I'll take one of those front jobs. No, fret job, F-R-E-T. I came for the aliens and I get guitars. There you go. Oh, man. I was on with Christina Gomez today doing New Mexico, just different things in New Mexico. It was a lot of fun. And so I did my aliens earlier today. The aliens are up to the phone calls like this one. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Dylan, Fort Worth, Texas.
How you
Bike
doing?
builder, daughter Lux.
Yes. How you doing, Dylan?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So do you
Excellent.
do you have a Harley or do you have something else that's cool?
No, I have no Harleys. Right now in my shop, I just sold a KZ400, a GS 550 Suzuki. It's 1977. I have a 69 Honda in my shop, and I have a 99 Ducati Monster that is being a pain in the butt.
Right.
And that's about it. But I wanted to ask you, so you teased that George Lynch is going to be on the show.
Oh, I did? I did. Did I let that slip?
Yeah, you let this slip last week.
Okay.
So I did, I'm friends with Gilby from Guns N' Roses, as you know, and did that show. And so I did a air cleaner cover for George's bike that Gilby was building.
Right.
And I would love to be the first caller during the show to talk to him. I know it's probably not possible, but just want to know when he's going to be on and, that whole thing. And then I want to ask you a question about guitar.
Yeah, he's on the road right now. He's actually, he's on the road. He's playing tomorrow night. Right down the street. I think that's tomorrow night. Is tomorrow night May 13th? Yeah, I couldn't go to the
only Friday the 13th in the month.
Right.
Or the year, actually.
And I couldn't go to that show because I'm doing the XCon tomorrow night.
Conference.
Yeah. I mean, when I say down the street, he's playing down the street. And I would love to go with his band Electric Circus. And I would love to go to that show. But, tomorrow night I'm on XCon. So, there you go. But I did, I have the George Lynch model ESP, one of them. They make a bunch of them. And
so
I made sure that I made sure that thing is all set up and ready to go when he gets here. And did I just say that? He's not going to be here. He's not. And he makes a pickup called the Mr. Scary.
Yes, sir. I follow him. Yes.
Yeah. It's made by Arcade here in Los Angeles, and I'm gonna get one of those and have it put in that guitar. And those are
you have the tiger hanging on your wall.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yes. Yeah. So I made the air cleaner cover that I did for his bike is based off of the Kamikaze that he did for ESP, and it's a bomb air cleaner cover. We've talked about this before, and it was based off of, in the bottom part of his guitar.
He's got 6 bombs,
like Kamikazes.
Yeah, six bombs.
Yeah, so that was kind of the inspiration for me making that, because I was such a huge George Lynch fan when I was a kid, growing up playing guitar. But I can't wait for him to be on the show.
Are you a fan? Do you listen? Oh,
a huge fan. Huge. Okay. The best solo he's ever done is Tooth and Nail. That is an amazing solo.
You know what? Oh, okay, so check this out. The other day, I'm driving in the car, and I've got iTunes, right? Random play. iTunes knows what I like, right? It's actually I do dig that. I dig the random. Anyway, so Tooth and Nail comes on, and I'm driving through the desert, and I crank it up, and I'm listening. I'm thinking to myself, this is his best guitar solo, right? It's just like
it's so Paganini. It's so classically inspired. It's so thought out. I mean, just everything about it is amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, amazing.
Yeah. He's got. I can't wait to get inside of his head, but there is. Okay, if I mention this again on the show, if he comes on, right? If.
Yeah.
Okay. Just act like you've never heard me say this before. But I'm going to.
I won't.
I'm going to say this about George Lynch. There is something dark and voodoo and nightmarish about his note choices. He's got a very
1000% agree.
Yeah, he's got a very dark choice of notes and follow-up notes that really suggest his head goes into a weird place, man. It's in a weird place.
Well, if you listen to, I totally agree. If you listen to Souls of We, that first album he did with Souls of We, that is an amazing, just the riffs that he's playing is just like, it's dark and haunting.
Right, dark and haunting. It's like he must. He's got a voodoo doll at home that he's poking pins into, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I love it. I love it. There is something dreamscapey. Just go straight at like Mr. Scary. It's called Mr. Scary for a reason.
Exactly. Or Dream Warriors.
They
did a Freddy Krueger, ballad. And just that whole, dark vibe that he has that are just like that down-tuned, it's just amazing. Everything he does.
Yeah.
I've always, since I was 15 in 1985, huge George Lynch fan. And to be able to get to make a part for his motorcycle was huge for me. So that, just very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. And those first 3 records, the Dokken records, you go through and you start listening, and just when you go, man, songs don't get any better, then Just Got Lucky comes on, and you're like, oh well, no,
Without Warning,
or without
that
warning,
up,
Jeez,
oh my God, that's haunting as hell.
Yeah,
and it just goes from there.
Yeah, I'm impressed,
it sets
Dylan.
the tone for the entire album.
Yeah, I'm impressed, Dylan. I am impressed. There is, it may be tough to find. I haven't seen it in a while. I have it on VHS that I made a transfer to. And it's a video. It's from 1987, and it's called Unchain the Night.
Oh yes, I've seen that. Where he and Jeff Pilson are like messing around
in the hotel room.
Fantastic.
In the hotel room.
Yeah,
that
where
is
they
one,
do that silly commercial for like
the folding guitar.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, the whammy, the practice whammy, or whatever it was.
Yes.
And the whammy doctor. And incredible neck bends, right?
Yeah, with it. Yeah, he's got that neck. He's got that guitar case, that soft case, bending the neck.
Yeah, he's spinning it around
God.
his. Practice your. Yeah, that is just.
And Jeff Pilson's voice is so like late
night commercial dude. And he's got it down. There's one scene on the bus out of the entire video. There's one scene. There was one line. It's like 5 words that floored me that I said to everybody for about 2 years. Jeff Pilson looks in the camera and he goes, "He did a little bit of chin painting." Right?
Oh. I totally know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. And I would go up to
I don't even know what it is.
I would go up to everybody. Oh, he did a little bit of chin painting.
Oh my God. Yeah, I had that actual VHS when I was a kid. When that came out, I totally know what you're talking about.
It's a great video. It's a great video. It's really funny. It's really, really, really
totally
funny.
Is. It totally is. So when you get him on,
if it's just an idea, just an idea.
Yes.
Just an idea.
Yes. That would be fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Another thing, Instagram, great place. Tell some stories. I'm dying to hear some producer stories, some stories you told stories about when you were dealing with Van Halen during, I think it was Balance Tour.
Yeah.
You had talked about that before. Post those up. That is amazing to hear. I listened to, Brian Sword and just a bunch of different other producers, Bo Hill, talk about, just different bands in the 80s and, from their side, the kind of sober side of perspective of producing these bands like Motley and Rat and stuff like that.
Right.
That sort of stuff from you would be amazing.
The other day, I was talking to James Fox, not the film director, my friend that I've known for 40 years. He's up in Seattle now, and he works for PRS Guitars, but he was my boss.
Oh, yeah.
He was my boss at Guitar Center back in the day. And I told him, we were telling Eddie stories, right? And he's got Eddie stories from like Van Halen 1. Okay, so anyway, but I said, you know what? There was this one night. I had a new Nissan pickup truck, little Nissan, right? And this is 92. When did Balance come out? So 92, they were in rehearsals. 92, 93. It had to be 93.
Yeah.
I don't think it was 94, 93. And so it was like a Sunday night. Matty Bruck was Eddie's guitar tech and best friend, a really cool dude. Love Matty a lot. And so I get this phone call, and for about 2 or 3 months, I've been supplying them with gear. They're rehearsing for the Balance tour, and they were rehearsing in this little dive rehearsal studio. It was nothing fancy. I
remember hearing talking about that.
Yeah, it was like in Sylmar. So I get this phone call Sunday night at Guitar Center, and Saturday night, Sunday night. And it's Matty and Dave Weiderman. And they go, okay, Jimmy, get every 88 key weighted keyboard we have and put them in your truck and take them over to Eddie. I said, what?
Oh my God.
To get every keyboard. So I go, obviously I got to write up a ticket. I do that. I grab like 5, 6, 7, 8 piano keyboards and load them into my pickup truck, and I drive out to this rehearsal studio in the valley, and I go in, and it's me, Eddie, and Matty Bruck. And I unpacked those keyboards, and Eddie played them, one at a time. And I'm just standing there, just like, and then I had to drive back. He picked one. I can't remember what he picked. And I had to load the rest back up into my trucks like 6, 8 hours later. And I'm driving back, and I'm like, man, it's midnight. What just happened? Right? What?
Oh, no kidding.
I mean, like for real, and
this stuff is gold. You need to tell. You need a channel for this.
But
that would be fantastic.
Here's the thing with that. I think at some point Matty split, and it was just the two of us. But here's the deal: no cell phones, right? No video cameras, no internet, no nothing. What am I going to walk around with a Polaroid?
Yeah, exactly.
And that was the thing. James and I, we were talking about that period from like 88 to 94, 95, where we had all of these incredible stories with these just unbelievable musicians and celebrities and movie, whatever. No pictures. It's just, it's a memory. That's all it is. It's just a memory. It's just, it's gone, and
it's almost better that way sometimes.
Yeah.
I will tell you a quick Eddie story. I got to ride. So I worked at a motorcycle company in like about 10 years ago. And this guy was friends with the guy that I worked with. And he worked for a company called, I think it was Confederate Motorcycles at the time. And So Eddie had ordered one of these bikes, and they were like $100,000 motorcycles. They were
I
amazing.
remember him. I saw the pictures of that with the crazy fork and the suspension.
So I got to ride that bike before it was delivered to Eddie.
I remember that bike. He
came over. He rolled over to our shop with that bike on the way to California from like North Carolina or something like that. I can't remember. Alabama, actually, was where he was. And he stopped by to see us, and he brings this monster bike out, and I got to ride it, and that thing was amazing.
I remember the pictures of. Yeah, I remember the pictures of him with that bike.
I've got a picture of me with that exact bike, like 3 days before it got to him. I'll have to send it to you.
Hey, Dylan,
it's pretty amazing.
Enjoy the rest of your night, man.
You too. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to talk to me. I really love talking to you, and I appreciate everything you guys do.
You're the best, Dylan. Thank you so much. Give my best to your family, man. Have a great weekend.
I will. Thank you, sir.
I love talking music. I didn't expect that to go a full segment, but it did, and that's what I like to do. Is just kind of hang out. It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back. More of your phone calls are next.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can, right now, get your free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network. Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer. Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
Hi, Race Hobbs with the X. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you have an interest in unexplained phenomena like ghosts, Bigfoot, and UFOs. And by now, you know that we have our own X blog, the UnX newsletter, and the UnX magazine quarterly. But most of you don't know that we have started our very own paranormal conference. And this year, for safety, this 2-day XCon will be virtual, so you can attend from the comfort of your home. XCon presenters include Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, Margie Kay and Preston Dennett, Lisa Martin and Wayne Lawrence, Lee Spiegel, Debbie Zagelmeyer, Dan Terry, Kate Grabowski, and Ray Hernandez. There will also be a live paranormal investigation by the Riverside, Iowa Paranormal Team. So come hang out with us in the safety of home as we set out to explain the unexplained Friday, May 13th and Saturday the 14th, 2022. And tickets are on sale now. Go to unxnetwork.com. That's unxnetwork.com.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers, and you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. It's Fadernight. It's open lines. That was Dylan from Texas. And he's been calling into the show for many, many, many years. And he listens all the time, but he took a couple of years off, and it's really good to talk to him again. So there you go. All right, let's just get straight back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Donna from Kentucky.
Hey, Donna from Kentucky. How are you?
I'm doing great. I forgot to mention last Thursday, I got my skull with the promo code Jimmy.
Oh, right on. She loves that.
Yeah.
She loves that.
I forgot to tell you.
That's thank you. Very cool. She loves that. She loves that. I just got an email from Caroline, and Carolyn. I keep calling, I apologize to her. I said, I said Caroline. It's Carolyn. It's Carolyn. And I just don't know why I want to say Caroline. But anyway, I just spoke via email from her. She sees what's going on. And she is just so proud of the Fadernauts and hanging out, and she gets the notes from you guys and all of that, talking about the show and things. And I just love it. It just makes me feel good because she feels good, and I really dig it. So yeah, I've got something else on the way, and it's a surprise. So I don't know what it is. I told her, she goes, how do you want to do this? I said, don't tell me. She goes, okay, you don't want to pick something. I said, no, you know me. And so just like she's done the last two times, I have no idea what's on its way. It's going to be fun. Those unboxing videos are legit. You know what I mean? They're legit. I have no idea. So there you go. All right. What's on your mind, Donna?
Okay. I've been thinking, and we're, the job I have, I'm afforded time to think about stuff while I'm working. Anyway, about, past life regressions. I'm on the fence about that, but if they're real, what if you can go into, do a past life regression and actually take the skills you had in your past lives. Say if you were a painter or some kind of musician or race car driver, pilot, whatever you can think of, and all the different languages you knew and all the different skills. What if you can grab those up and bring them into your current life and use those skills?
Yeah. Well, I mean, wouldn't that be wonderful? Right?
That would be awesome.
I mean, but see, this is my big fear with that, though. So I do my past life regression, and I'm a mud farmer in northern Germany.
Nothing wrong with that.
and I'm digging mud out all day. What am I going to do with that skill? See, not everybody can be King Arthur and Cleopatra.
Yeah, I know that, but there's nothing wrong with that. You might have some skills there with mud farming, or even the language that the person spoke. And then what other lives do you have also?
I like the way you
Take
think.
from those also.
I like the way that you think.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with the hardworking person.
The world needs ditch diggers too.
Exactly.
What movie is that from?
I couldn't tell you.
You've seen it. Caddyshack.
Oh, it's been so many years. I've seen that.
So, would you do a past life regression if the therapist was the right one and you felt comfortable?
Yeah, I'd be curious to know. And if there was a possibility to be able to do what I said, I mean, I would be up for being a guinea pig for trying that out.
Do you remember, speaking of movies, Defending Your Life? Do you remember that movie?
No.
Okay. Too difficult then to go into, but there's a specific part. So you go to, you're not in heaven. You go to, it's like another planet, and you have a life review. You go to court. It's defending your life, right? Okay, so you go to court.
Okay, I get the gist of it.
Right, and at this place, you could go. There's restaurants and there's things, and there was this thing called the Past Life Pavilion, right, where you could go and walk into this like little booth and check out your past lives and watch it on videotape, right? And so I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. So anyway, in one hang on for a second, and I'm going to get all of this correct right now. Meryl Streep. Okay, so she's the co-star, and it's with Albert Brooks, and he directed it too as well. So anyway, Albert Brooks is watching his life, his past life, and he's like an African tribal dude running through the Serengeti being chased by lions, right? And he's watching that. Meanwhile, Meryl Streep, she's in the next booth, and she's looking at her life, and I can't remember if she's Cleopatra, but she's something like that. She's lived this real and that's the way that Albert Brooks presented it. And that's my fear. That's my fear of a past life regression. You know, I'm not. I think everybody wants the best and they should want it to be wonderful and fun and adventurous and all of that. But that's not how my life works. It just never works out that way.
What about this? I just thought of it. What if your past life was on another planet that was technologically more advanced than Earth?
Well,
talk about bringing that knowledge.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be interesting? I mean, anything
or you
is
go
possible.
into your future lives.
Yeah.
And pick up knowledge from,
Now, do you believe
what
it?
you could do with that.
Do you believe it, or do you just cash it in as entertainment? How serious do you take it? How serious do you take it? Look,
do I believe it or not?
Yeah, or how serious do you take it, Donna? In that, look, you go out to the movies and you take the family out, you drop a couple of $100 these days, right? You go out to dinner, you drop a couple of $100. That's entertainment. That's just money that you spend for entertainment. Is that what you do? Is that how
okay.
how you look at a past life regression? Right? You don't take it too serious, right? Just entertainment value. And if you get something out of it, cool, but just do it for the experience.
Well, for me privately, maybe the experience itself, but I would also like to have the knowledge to carry it forward for this life, to enrich this life.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like that take. Donna, that's why you're the best caller. Right there. You have a great weekend, Donna. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll see you tomorrow night over at the UNX.
Yeah.
At XCon.
I got that email.
There you go. I'll see you tomorrow night. Have fun.
All right. Have a good weekend. Fade to black.
It's time to fade to black. That is Donna from Kentucky. Always a great call. And, I'm being serious about this, though, when it comes to, past life regression or anything like that. Do you take it serious? You know what I mean? Do you want to bet the farm on this? Do you want to change your life around it? Or do you just treat it as entertainment and just kind of see what comes? You know what I mean? It's very interesting. I still don't know if I'm going to do it. I might. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, this is Walter from Texas.
Hey, Walter, how are you?
I'm doing excellent all week. This week, I've been in Las Vegas starting Monday, and I'm flying back tomorrow. So it's been a good week.
Yeah, right on. You've been listening to the show while you're in Vegas? Are you
Yeah.
Are you working?
Am I what, Jimmy?
Are you working?
No, I'm on vacation.
Oh.
I'm on vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a huge, in the hotel room, there's a huge, 60-inch. So, the show looks great.
Oh, you're watching me in a hotel room on a 60-inch in Las Vegas right now. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But we talked about last week my Twitter thing, and I was a little dyslexic. So when you get a chance, it's Walter Sky Blue, not Walter Blue Sky. Walter Sky Blue. When you get a chance.
Okay.
Now, I wanted to talk about the human condition, but last night was a little bit rough. So what I would like to do, I'm going to ask you a question, and then we'll take it from there. Black or red?
Black.
Black. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go down to the casino. The roulette table that's in the front of the casino, I'm going to put on black $100. If I win, I'm going to give the $100 away to the staff, 5 of them in $20 bills.
Right on. Hey, take a picture.
Yeah, I will. And I got some good pictures of the outside from the hotel, overlooking the fountains and the Bellagio. So that's what I'm doing right now, Jimmy. I'm going to go down there, put $100 down. If I win, I'm giving away to the staff $20 at a time.
Man. Take pictures. Post it on Twitter. And, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So Walter Sky Blue, if you want, because I had a hard time tweeting you, but I'll tweet you in about 30 minutes anyway, even if it doesn't, work out. But I'm thinking it's going to work out. And I like the black color. I really do.
Yeah, you got to. It's
fade to black. We got to do it.
It's fade to black. So go do it, man, and take pictures. And I'll see you on Twitter here in about 30 minutes. So will the rest of the Fadernauts.
All right, everybody have a good night.
I'll talk to you. Thank you, Walter.
All right, bye-bye.
Fade to black. That's a great phone call right there. Okay, so Walter's at the Bellagio in his room watching Fade this. He's watching this on the big screen. That's cool. And he's going to go down to the roulette table and put $100 on black. And that's going to happen. That's pretty cool. Post that baby to Twitter, man. I see why I love doing this show right here. It's like Dexter Dave. That's why you just never know what's going to happen. You just never know. Oh, here's Walter's Twitter. Thank you for that. And And that's from Cassandra. Here, this is Walter's Twitter. Okay. See, I just sent this out to everybody. There you go. Everybody go follow Walter. And everybody sent Walter positive vibes. I know, right? Right? Yeah, he just joined, like 2 weeks ago. There you go. There's Walter. Check out his pic. My man. That is awesome. All right, Walter, good luck with that. Positive vibes coming your way. And that is really cool. That's really cool. All right, back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Earl from Orcas Island.
Hi, Earl. From what island?
Orcas Island. You have another caller that calls in sometimes. Hey, I wanted to talk about Roswell, if you're okay with that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I think that the coverage of Roswell was the biggest bait and switch ever in history. I believe that that the people who took down those craft, like there's secret people that took down those crafts, and like they had control. They let the headline go through for the first day, and then they dumped it the next day on purpose to dump the entire attention and the entire social interest in this subject.
Why do you think that? I think half of that. So, but why do you think that?
Well, I mean, the biggest reason for controlling this information is energy, right? Like,
no.
That's
Earl. That's not what I'm asking. We can come back to that.
Okay.
No, what I'm asking, why do you think they posted the original true story and then retracted it and intentionally did the real story and then retracted it? I think I think the opposite. I think that they didn't want to do the original story. That was a mistake. And they realized really quickly that they needed to do a cover up. So that was the retraction. They didn't plan on, let's do a real story and then we'll retract it the next day. That wasn't the plan. The plan was simply telling the truth and getting the story out there. And then they sat on it overnight and went, oops. Right. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, that's totally possible, but from a more cynical mind like mine, like maybe they just went like, let's get the world's attention, right, and then dump it, and then it's a bait and switch, right? Like you get everybody's attention, and everybody's attention was on it. That was the biggest thing in this entire century, or that century, the biggest headline ever. And then what came back? You think Jesse Marcel mistaked a freaking pile of aluminum?
No, of course he didn't.
It's so retarded.
No.
Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, no way. But they turned it around. They turned our attention around. They basically shamed the subject. I don't know. I mean, it's just a theory I'm throwing out there. I wanted to call you and talk to you because, man, Jimmy, I'm a big fan and I always listen. Anyway.
Well, I appreciate that. What I ultimately what I think went down is that over time, they really got good at the cover up and how to handle the sensation of what was going on, and to embarrass the community. One, call us crazy, we're hallucinating, we're imagining things, we're making stuff up. To go on that, and that was part of it, and absolutely never tell the truth on anything when it came to this, and that there was going to be a lid on this and tightly held forever. And that's what they learned from Roswell. Roswell was a complete mistake when, you know, the original press release that was put out, that was done and written and approved by the base commander. That's it. This is a huge event. They knew every word and how it was written as it went out. This was coming out of Roswell. This was, you know, the atomic center of the world. This is the nuclear center, right? So that press release,
I get it.
Yeah. So when that press release came out, it was approved. They knew what they were doing, and they made an attempt at just telling the truth. And this came right after World War II, you know, and this was dealing with America and Americans and the media and stuff. And people were still on edge after World War II. And we're now in the nuclear age and everything else that was going on. So that press release stands on its own. And I will always say that they knew what they had, what they found, and what they were writing about, and what they were releasing out to the press, and not only to the press, but to radio and television. Okay, so when the retraction came back, which was the next day, you know, it's a weather balloon.
Yeah, the next day. Yeah.
And the weather balloon story comes out, and effectively the silence was there. The press, okay, all right, we believe the government, you know, okay, so it's a weather balloon. It's a non-story. From that moment forward, you never heard anything else about Roswell. And I am sure that the Department of Defense and the White House took note and said, hey, all right, we silenced this. This is how we operate from here on out. This is how we handle this. And I mean, the rule book, the playbook, you know, it was writing itself. And that's what they have done all the way up to next week. You know, next Tuesday on the 17th is the hearings, you know, and we'll see what happens. But and until, you know, these last couple of years, we have had nothing out of the Department of Defense. We've had zip, right? And now it appears that they've always been interested, that they've always known, and they've always investigated, and they know we're being visited because I don't know what alien craft they have in warehouses at Wright-Patterson. I don't know about that as a fact, but I do know that they have radar systems. I do know that they have very sensitive equipment all over this planet and orbiting this planet. And they've got planes and people and eyes and everything 24 hours a day. They see everything, you know, and they know that something is going on. That's it. You know, so don't say that there's no interest, that there's nothing going on. That's BS. So hopefully on Tuesday, we're going to see a change. And let's see how the Senate Intelligence Committee handles this hearing and what kind of questions get asked and how those questions get answered. And Tuesday's a big day, man. I'm going to watch all of it. I'm going to watch it live, and it's going to be a great day.
Definitely. I don't know if you were a part, you know, back in 2014, like me and Steve Bassett and like 2.4 million people sent social media messages. The citizens hearing on disclosure, we disclosed that, and we pressured them. Every single member of Congress and the Senate got a message from us, 2.4 million people. So, you know, we got to go. We got to go. We got to get this done.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Walter, and behave up there in the island. Have a great weekend.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. All right. Good to talk to you.
It's good to talk to you. It's time to fade to black. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight Open-Lines all night long. 747 228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and this year, June 18th, 2022, the Disclosure Fest Foundation presents the Mass Meditation Initiative. It's Saturday, June 18th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., one day only at the Los Angeles State Historic Park in downtown Los Angeles, California, right next to Chinatown. I'm hosting the event again this year with music performances by Trevor Hall, The Desert Dwellers, Poran Key, and many, many more on 4 separate stages. There's 16 stages in total, over 30 acres in downtown Los Angeles, with vendors and tents and presentations and workshops with Billy Carson, Adam Apollo, Lori Spagna, Laura Eisenhower, Brad Olson, David Palmer, and many, many more. It's all simple to do. Just go to disclosurefest.org for all of your tickets, information, and a full schedule of the day's events. Again, disclosurefest.org. Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts, when you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Black. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. If you've ever wanted to get through on the phone lines, and it's difficult, I get that. Now's the time to do it. Why? During the commercial break, you've got your toolbar down here on the bottom, right? And, you can scroll over it, then you get a little pop-up. And I've got a new pop-up that it's got this feature down on the bottom. And I was like, oh, I've never seen that before. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? And then I clicked, and I shut the system down. And everybody that was on hold got disconnected. It's pretty fancy, the pop-up, and it looks really good. I wish you could see it. And like I said, it's got controls on it now underneath, and you can scroll over them, and it's really cool. But they don't say what each one is. It's got a little icon. Well, I found out the hard way. So that's it. 747-228-2051. I apologize to everybody to just suddenly get popped like that. And yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just got to be a bummer. That's got to be a bummer. So I apologize. And let's see what's going on here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Everybody's coming back. There you go. All right. I dig it. I apologize. Stuff like this happens. It happens from time to time. And I learned my lesson. It looked fancy. It looked really cool. And I still don't know what those controls do. I will mess with it off of the air. All right. Okay. I can only imagine what everybody's thinking when suddenly it just goes click. What? I've been on hold for 45 minutes and that's how you treat me? But it's there you go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Oh. I swear, I've lost my mind. I have officially lost my mind. Let's try this again. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Mike from Montana.
Hi, Mike from Montana. How are you?
Pretty good. I've called, I think this is the second, maybe the third time I've called. A little nervous.
It's okay. It's okay. What's on your mind?
Well, last time I called you, I think I talked about a cylinder that I saw on the 4th of July in 2010 that went past us, a group of 7 of us, and it went past us. This was probably 3,000 feet above us.
Right.
And it was 60 feet in diameter. Maybe 400 feet long. It was either a 6-to-1 ratio or a 7-to-1 ratio from what I remember. And so I did a little math on it, figured out how many cubic feet that was, and decided, to and pretty much it appears solid. It wasn't like a balloon. It didn't flex. It didn't have any of that kind of feature. Well, the thing that surprised me and the other people that saw it was 5 minutes after it went south of us, another one appeared. That scared some people. And one of those people was connected to
local government in the area. They contacted the airport and did some other things, and I heard the conversation, at least on my end, and I heard him say, well, I'm looking at the thing right now, and it's the second time I've seen it in the last 10 minutes. And so he hung up his phone and took off up the road. But, yeah, it couldn't have been faked, or I guess somebody could have, but would you spend $500,000 on helium to fake 2 of those?
Yeah.
Or
yeah, interesting. So you felt like it was a balloon and not something else, or a blimp or of some kind.
well, I couldn't rule it out until I saw it, almost directly above us.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw it there, I was looking at it through binoculars, and it had these like 3-foot fins that ran the full length. And there were like 60 of them that went around this thing. And watching it through the binoculars, you could see it rotating as it was moving. So it was a slow rotation, but it was still rotating.
Right. Now,
as it was moving along.
Right. It sounds like, now I'm just speculating here, but there are 2, they call them platforms. There's 2 things that are used. One as a radio antenna, okay, for the military, battlefield or whatever. So an extension of, and to send and receive radio signals and communications, right? So there's that. And another use for something like that is radar, and to have radar installed in there. Now, you said it was rotating, and it might have been something like that. Now, I'm not saying that I know, but there are alternatives. Like, there aren't people on that, right? It's a platform, and it's used for something else. And for missile detection, and things. And maybe it was just being tested in that area and checked out. I'm just suggesting that. But yeah, I agree with you. It's a pretty expensive hoax. So it's not that, it's something else. But yeah, it could have been, something used in communications. And I don't know if it would be, what year was this?
July 4th, 2010, about 3 p.m.
Right. So it could have
in the afternoon.
Yeah, it could have maybe even a cell phone or internet setup for the military, and just being tested in the area. Again, I'm just suggesting. I don't know, but wow, I wish I could see it myself and check it out. Yeah, pretty interesting.
Just imagine a barn silo with the dome knocked off, make it flat on both ends, and float it across the sky.
Yeah.
But it's 60 feet in diameter,
right?
Estimated, and about 400 feet long. Because the reason I say 400 feet long is because it actually passed the tower at the top of the peak that was 200 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was twice as long as that tower.
Right.
Even above it, probably another 1,000 feet. And I thought, that thing's at least 400 feet long.
Sure. That's a great sighting, man. Too bad you didn't get pics. I've never heard.
I do.
Oh,
but I do have them. I'm sorry. I do have them, but they're on a Bushnell binoculars, and there's a little camera feature built in. I've never been able to figure out how to get it on a computer so I can see it.
Yeah. Well, you got to get those pictures out of there, man. You got to figure that out. I would love to see them and post them on Twitter. So,
well, if I ever get them, I'll send them.
Thank you, Mike. Enjoy your weekend. Great phone call. Great sighting. Thank you so much.
You too. Thank you.
It's a great phone call right there. Time to fade to black. The how do I say this? Old files on something old. So the other day, I was going through some boxes. I think I talked about it on the show, and I found this. Look at that old LG. And I have no idea. And looking at the size of it, because here's this is an iPhone 12, right? That's a 12. And look at this. It's the same size, maybe even a little bigger than an iPhone 12. I mean, here's an iPhone 13. Yeah, I've got the normal number and then the Uber secret number. Here's an iPhone 13, right? So it looks like whatever I did, I bought the biggest thing that I could have back then. Anyway, I'm not even sure the last time that I used this phone. I have no idea. But I charged it up and I turned it on, and I had to figure out how to turn it on. You turn it on by the back. And here it is. Let's see if it lights up. Yeah, there you go. And I've got 2,800 pictures on this thing. And I started going through them. And some of them are really, really old. But I'm going to go through. I'm going to download. So it's not a worthless phone in that you can still. And I hit it straight up, man. I've got it on Wi-Fi. So now my email is on here. And, man, it takes a long time to boot up. And I'm going to download all of these pictures onto my computer and then go through it. But there it is right there. How crazy is that? So, yeah, just like that Bushnell. So I'm going to go through this. I have a couple of other older phones that are just I mean, like old, 2005 that had cameras on it. So I'm going to go through. I didn't even think about doing this, going and grabbing those old images and seeing what's on these phones. Let's go back. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Dean from Reno.
Dean from Reno?
Yeah.
How are you, man? What's going on?
I'm doing well. I've got two quick questions, both of which are disturbing.
Okay.
First question is, since the beginning of Barney and Betty Hill, the aliens or whoever they are have been harvesting DNA, semen, and eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything about that harvesting continuing for about the past couple of years, like since when COVID started. Have they stopped? I don't know the
answer. Okay, interesting question.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we go back to some of the recent, there's a couple of films out. Extraordinary, The Seeding is a great film to go and watch that talks about this. And some of the guests that I've had on recently talking about these programs, that should be a question that needs to be asked. What went down during COVID? Yeah, what went down during the pandemic? And have these contactees continued contact through the pandemic? That's a great question, Dean. That's not a disturbing question. That's a great question.
No, it's a disturbing question because if they're here from the future to salvage genetic material, and something having to do with COVID is the reason why they need to get pre-COVID genetic material, then it's a really disturbing question.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, you want the
that's.
second?
I mean, look, I could sit and think and ponder and comment and talk about that for the rest of the show, and not take another phone call. And that's.
Can I give you one more disturbing thing to worry about?
Sure.
My son heard in passing somebody say that out in the wild, herd animals suffer a certain percentage of predation every year, and that percentage of predation just happens to be a pretty good match for the number of people who go missing every year.
Why is that disturbing?
Because that means we have a predator.
I would say that, okay, maybe. But it would also suggest that's just nature, right?
Yeah,
that's just nature. And we're no different than any other species on this planet. The ratios are the ratios, right? I mean, it could suggest that. One of the okay, now let's go disturbing. You want to go into Darkville? Let's go to Darkville. Sure. Let's go to Darkville.
Sure, if I can't sleep, no reason anybody else should be able to sleep.
That's exactly right. Which it's this, Dean. The human race has gotten really comfortable with dominating everything. We cannot help going in and destroying a forest, destroying a lake, destroying a country, moving in, having babies, polluting, eating everything in sight, killing everything in sight, and just procreation, and just absolutely infestation. Right.
Okay.
And so,
yeah, good word.
And that's what we do as humans. Well, that can only last for so long. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the species is. You are going to run out of gas. And nature is going to answer. And we've gotten so comfortable with being so dominant, the fact that we can speak and think and create and build weapons and things that kill everything else. We've gotten so comfortable with that and pollution and things that we don't care. We literally don't care if we burn down the rainforest in Brazil. We don't care. Everything that's living there doesn't matter. What about the trees? It doesn't matter.
Care, but not enough to do anything.
No. We don't care. We absolutely don't care, because if we cared, we'd stop. Okay, we don't care. And not only do we not care, there are forget about the presidents of these lumber companies or these rubber companies or these chemical companies or meat manufacturers and exporters or wheat or whatever. Forget about that. What about the person that is cutting down the tree? What about the person on the bulldozer, right? Just mowing down everything in front of it. What about that? They don't care. They literally don't care. I got a family to feed. I don't care about this forest. I got to get my paycheck. They don't care. That's just part of who we are. And there will be a point where we go past, and I don't know if we're there yet, where we're going to go past where we can't fix it. Where there's going to be no saving the rainforest or saving the skies or saving, and this planet will fix itself. It will right itself. It will right itself, and it just has a way of doing that. And that's the disturbing part. And And is there, the dark version of this is saying something like, okay, we just went through a pandemic, so saying the Black Plague isn't going to shock people, but there is a way, right? Now, what if you go to the movie Interstellar, that's a really good example of that, where our soil just stopped, right? Our soil, right? That's it. We can't grow anything anymore.
Stop treating soil like dirt.
Right, right, exactly. It's that tipping point where that's it. It's going to be a dead planet. There's nothing that you can do. Everything's over. Oxygen is going to leave the ocean, right? and which we've already got pockets of dead water out there where nothing lives. So what if something like that happens? It's a real possibility. We went, I think David Attenborough did a really good movie. I think it was Attenborough, where he did in this documentary series. Somebody post the name of it. Go and find it. It's David Attenborough's release last year. And he went back and went through his nature series and his documentaries that he's been doing since 1950. And he went and looked at the numbers of nature, right? Versus,
right.
Was that me or you? Was that my phone or yours?
I didn't hear anything.
Wow, that was a weird beep. Oh, I think I fired up the Android and maybe that came off of that. That was a weird beep. I haven't heard that. Anyway, nature versus developed areas of the planet. And like in 1950, it was like 10%, whatever. I forget what the numbers are, but it's disturbing. 10% metropolitan areas, developed land, 90% still undeveloped, right? 1960, it's like 30%, right? Versus 70%. Then 1970, it's like 50%, right? It's like crazy. And like today, if we keep doing, there is going to be no more nature, right? There's going to be, there isn't going to be any more Serengeti. There isn't going to be any herds of animals. And he goes in and talks about that, and the migration of animals and birds and these massive herds of animals running around doing their thing are gone. I mean, they're gone. They don't exist anymore. They don't exist. And just 50 years ago, they did. And it's happened so fast. And I just don't believe that is a good thing. When was the last time you heard about a herd of buffalo or elk or zebras or gazelles, or you don't hear about this stuff anymore. They're gone. They're gone. The butterflies are gone. The butterflies. I don't see bees anymore. When was the last time you saw a bee? I don't see them anymore.
But here's the other checkpoint on that. When was the last time you drove a car for more than 100 miles?
Me?
And got an insect on the windshield.
Well, yeah, it's an interesting point. The 1972, my favorite thing to do was to go out and catch bees in a jar. Go out. Yeah. Man, just a zillion bees across the grass. Just going out there, capture, throw some stuff in there and watch the bees feed, and then go let them go, right? It was just fun.
Yeah.
Can't do that now. I don't see any bees. I don't see any bees anywhere. I don't see them. They don't exist.
As we used to.
You know how excited you are these days when you see a butterfly? And I think about that when and here in Southern California they have they have this massive monarch migration that goes north to south. And it doesn't happen anymore. So I see one monarch and I'm like, wow, a butterfly. And it used to just be just bazillions, and they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah,
and
they'd go up and hang out outside Santa Cruz.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. Well, listen, I got to run. Dean, great. Not disturbing. It's just where we are, man. Great phone call.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend, my man.
You take care. You too.
Thank you so much. That's a great phone call. It's time to fade to black. I've got to head to a commercial right here. Let me get that in. 747-228-2051. This is Fade to Black. Going to take a quick break. I'll be right back with more of your phone calls. Stay with me. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of Forbidden Knowledge, and we're heading to Egypt this October. Come join Jimmy Church, myself, and the Forbidden Knowledge team as we spend a week exploring Giza, the Great Sphinx, the Great Pyramid, Saqqara, Dashur, Aswan, Edfu, Dendara, Karnak, and we'll celebrate Jimmy's birthday in Luxor. The Forbidden Tour of Egypt is this October 5th through the 12th and includes a 4-day Nile cruise, expert Egyptologists, and a chance to explore Egypt with Jimmy and I as your host through your journey of a lifetime. Space is limited, so make your reservations now. Please visit forbiddenknowledge.com for information and complete itinerary. That's forbiddenknowledge.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and this year, June 18th, 2022, the Disclosure Fest Foundation presents the Mass Meditation Initiative. It's Saturday, June 18th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., one day only at the Los Angeles State Historic Park in downtown Los Angeles, California, right next to Chinatown. I'm hosting the event again this year with music performances by Trevor Hall, The Desert Dwellers, Poran Key, and many, many more on 4 separate stages. There's 16 stages in total, over 30 acres in downtown Los Angeles, with vendors and tents and presentations and workshops with Billy Carson, Adam Apollo, Lori Spagna, Laura Eisenhower, Brad Olson, David Palmer, and many, many more. It's all simple to do. Just go to disclosurefest.org for all of your tickets, information, and a full schedule of the day's events. Again, disclosurefest.org.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh? This camera over here, way out in left field, right field. That's right field. That's the right field fence. 747-228-2051. It is Thursday night. It is Fader night. It's your phone calls all night long. I've just made up my mind what I'm going to do after the show tonight. I'm going to watch Defending Your Life. Love that movie, man. I love that movie, and I haven't seen it in a couple of months, maybe a little longer. It's one of the most quotable films. I just got a text from a friend of mine. I'm going to pull this up. I just want to make sure that I'm reading this right. And okay, I guess there is going to be a new Spinal Tap film with the cast. You know, Rob Reiner's going to direct again, and it's going to be called Spinal Tap 2. And so you're going to get Michael McKean as David St. Hubbins. You're going to have Harry Shearer as Derek Smalls, and Nigel Tufnell, Christopher Guest as the hardest hitting rock band. So there you go. And excuse me. That just came out of nowhere for no reason. And let's see if I got a release date, because the original film came out like in 83 or something, 84. See if I've got a release date since the film's release. Blah, 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 blah. No. Okay. No. Nothing here in the press release about a release date, but they can go in any zone. Well, obviously they're going to be old now, versus, so it's going to be, are they coming out of retirement? So anyway, Spinal Tap 2, I don't have a release date. I do have the press release in front of me. It says here, the story is still being developed by Guest, McKean, Reiner, and Shearer, who together improvised blah, blah, blah. It's 1984. So the idea, okay, that's it. I'm not going to, no spoiler alert, but let's see if you guys can get some more information. But I just got this text in a few minutes ago. So from my old guitar tech, Miss Rob. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's actually me. How's it going?
Who's calling?
It's Christian. Yeah, I was actually just listening to your show, so I just turned it off. So I'm a first-time caller. I basically just wanted to say a short statement. I'm just really proud of where we're at with the UFO phenomenon. And I was so excited, I figured I'd give you a call and, just express my gratitude. So I don't know, I just basically, I've been a skeptic my whole life. Rational thinking has been my thing. I'm not into conspiracy theories, none of that. And in 2016, I saw a UFO. 100%.
Okay, Christian, let me stop you right there. What did you see in 2016?
So this was shaped like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. That's how it was shaped. It didn't have the blue light or whatever, and it was shaped that way. And yeah, that's how it was shaped. And basically, it was going so fast that if I didn't look at the sky in that second, I wouldn't have seen it.
Where did you see
quiet.
it? Where was this?
St. Paul, Minnesota.
St. Paul, Minnesota. Okay, 2016, St. Paul, Minnesota, Millennium Falcon, and it's blazing across the sky, and you happen to be at the right place at the right time. You're looking up, and you got to see it. How long did it last?
Probably like a second. Yeah, I mean, it was so coast to coast, man. It went from, from one side to the other. Like, it was so fast. I knew it was alien because of how fast it was going. There's no way humans have that technology. It's just impossible.
Okay. What I really like about this, Christian, and this is a great phone call already, is that leading up to this, you were a skeptic, right? And that's it. But now you get the game changer, right? You see what everybody else has been talking about over the years. You now see it for yourself. How did that change you?
Well, it completely changed me. I mean, I started questioning everything, man. Like, I mean, I grew up in, I wasn't really religious or nothing. I'm 33 years old. That was in 2016. So I was 25, but everything I thought about, life that I was taught, I just didn't, I don't know how to explain it. Just didn't. There was something else out there that was obviously more. I don't know. It affected my whole. It completely changed my world, man. I just wanted to. I've always been into space, and planets, exoplanets, and I've always dreamed about. I don't know, man. We could just warp drive to wherever the hell we want in the universe. And suddenly, like, I saw that, and I'm like, holy shit, that's possible. I mean, I don't know how exactly. Some people have different theories, but, the implications and I don't know, man. It just blew my mind.
And so when, and I like the point that you're making, everything that you've been taught and everything that you've been told, now you have to go back and just put a question mark on it, and, the denial of things in the sky. And now you finally see that. And then you just wonder what else have you been, lied to? How long is that list? And so now you go and you see this in the sky. Oh, by the way, any idea on altitude? If you were able to make out, the shape of like a Millennium Falcon, it doesn't seem like it was too high. How do you have any idea what the altitude was? Walter? Did we lose Walter? Walter, are you there? Wow. Calls in with that, and the call's still live, by the way. I'm looking at it. It didn't get disconnected. And isn't that strange? Walter, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, no. I muted myself, man.
Oh, man. I thought the men in black were chasing you down.
No. My name's Christian, by the way. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, Christian. I said Walter. I don't know why I said Walter. See, you've got me all shook up. This is a great phone call. I mean, this is a great phone call. So the question that I asked was altitude. If you're able to make out the shape of, something like the Millennium Falcon, it doesn't seem like it was too terribly high.
Honestly, I think it was. I'm not the man for those kind of numbers, but I think it was kind of. I don't know. I would say in the same range as certain airplanes. Definitely not like a jet that's like really high, but it was. Yeah, I was kind of in that average range, and man, I'm just not the guy to give you the altitude.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
But fair enough. But it was close enough that you could see that kind of detail. Yeah. Okay.
100%. And in fact, I got my girlfriend here next to me. Christy, did I wake you up at 1:30 in the morning to tell you what I saw? Say just.
It's okay.
He woke me up very excited.
I told everybody at work, dude. It's like yeah, it affected me, man. And then of course I was met with stigma.
He's been obsessed ever since.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Christian, what's her name?
Who? My name or my girlfriend's name?
Your girlfriend's name.
Her name is Christy Hawkins.
Oh, don't give her last name. Okay.
Oh man, I don't know. There's a lot of Hawkins. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry. It's
was it, somebody had a hit song? What was her name? Oh, that was Sophie B. Hawkins. Okay, put Christy on the phone. Let me talk to Christy.
Christy, they want to talk to you.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to him. He's boring, Christy. I want to talk to you. So you said now he's obsessed, and
Yes.
this happened back in 2016. Before that, he didn't care about UFOs. Never talked about it.
Nope. We never really talked much about it. Didn't, really give it. I don't know. I don't think we even talked about it before that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
After that, it was like, a game changer,
Yeah, totally. And how did he? I don't want to hear from Christian. I want to hear your side of it. How did he? Do you remember how he described it to you? What he saw?
If I remember correctly, he said he saw like a circular light that was just like kind of floating there, and it just disappeared in seconds.
Right. Okay, and Christian, don't argue with Christy. Okay. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. That you're not going to win. Christy's right. So, but the event itself, when you say that suddenly it changed him, do you believe he saw what he saw?
Oh yes, I believe him 100%.
Right. And are you along for the ride now? Are you watching UFO shows and listening to radio shows like this late at night?
Oh, I mean, I've been along for the ride for a long time. I've always been into like, so-called what others call conspiracy theories and such for years.
I'm not.
And he hasn't. So I've kind of, I've kind of had my head in the conspiracy game for, gosh, I don't know, 15 plus years. So
right.
This is not entirely new to me, but it is becoming like much more prevalent these days, and it's happening a lot more, and it's not a conspiracy anymore. So
what do you make of Chrissy? So since and I love first time callers, this is great. You just said you've been in the game for a minute now. What do you make of, we're going to have hearings, right, with the Senate Intelligence Committee on Tuesday about UFOs live on television, right? What?
Yeah,
we're at a weird point. What do you make of that?
That's big. That's huge. That's gonna, I don't know. I think it's gonna freak a lot of people out. I don't know. It's something definitely that's gonna have an effect on a lot of people. Like my younger brother's mom, he has a different mom than me. She, I think it was about 2 years ago. She's like, did you hear that the actual like Pentagon admitted that like UFOs and aliens were real, like on the news? I think it was like, I don't know, in 2020 or something. And she was just beside herself. She was like, I can't believe it. She's really freaked out. She's scared. She's worried, so I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of different reactions from, different groups of people. Hopefully whatever they have to say, they're honest with,
Well, what do you think about the chance to be able to go to work, the chance to go and have dinner with your family, and you'll be able to go, see, told you, right?
Right.
That I think that is going to be fantastic. We've almost been at that point, right, over the last few years with Tom DeLonge and TTSA and Lou Elizondo and Navy pilots and Tic Tacs. Okay, almost there. But if something breaks on Tuesday, we'll be able to say, you see, this is what I've been on about. This is what I've been talking about. You wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah, I kind of stopped sharing my views and opinions with people because, they would just treat me like I'm crazy.
You can even listen to me
but,
when I talk about UFOs.
Well, because I feel like I've kind of I've heard it all. So, so he's totally into it and I support him and I think that's great. And I listen to what he has to say, but also, I've been kind of hearing all the crazy stuff for years. So I'm like, it's not new to me, like I said. So, as far as my family goes, my dad is actually the reason why I've been into conspiracies. He used to listen to, Art Bell, Coast to Coast. That's what I would hear falling asleep as a kid, which is kind of creepy, but
Did you ever hear me? Did you ever hear me on Coast to Coast?
Maybe. I mean,
a big deal.
Probably.
No, I'm just messing with you, Christy. I'm just messing with you. This is my point. You remember in Independence Day when Randy Quaid, the town drunk, is sitting, he's drunk and he's being teased. And what by the four rednecks sitting there, right, teasing him about anal probes or whatever. And and Randy's drunk, and then what happens, right? And he turns around and goes, "See, I've been trying to tell you," right? And I think it's going to be like that for so many people. Where Randy, I'm not saying that UFO witnesses and contactees are the town drunk, but they certainly have been teased.
Sure, definitely.
They don't want to talk about their experiences because they don't want to be laughed at. And I think we've turned the page, and hopefully this Tuesday, I swear, I defend this community. I've seen my stuff, and I don't care. I just talk about it. I don't care what people say or think. I just don't care anymore. But I defend this community. And I'm hoping that we can finally get to the point where we get the confirmation that this stuff is real, it's going down, and that's it. Now let's figure out how to move forward. I don't know. I don't know.
What do you think that it or they are? I mean, there's a lot of theories behind that.
Well, I get that question 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. Okay, I do. I do. Not only on this show, I'm just talking about when I'm talking to people. I get that question all the time, and it's an honest question. And this is, I've done a couple of 1,000 shows. Right, a couple of 1,000. I've talked to so many TV and radio and film and just conferences, and I've talked to so many people that the answer that I have to that today is when we have as many planets as we do in our Milky Way, and the number is 40 to 50 billion Earth-like planets with water in the Goldilocks zone that can support life. 40 to 50 billion, not 2, right? Not 3, not 10. If you get to that kind of number, and then you go to the next stage. Well, how are they getting here? They're getting here very easily, and they're coming from all over the place. It's not one planet. It could be 100,000 different civilizations that may not even know each other. Some maybe are in contact with each other. I don't know. But what is visiting us? It's a lot. And it's all different. That's why you hear, a Christian described a Millennium Falcon, right? Others see glowing disc. Others see lights in the sky, orbs. Others see cigar-shaped craft and triangle craft and balls and flat and square. You have all these different. Well, it's the same thing that you see when you go to a Walmart parking lot. You're going to see all kinds of different cars, right? RVs, trucks, pickup trucks, hatchbacks, small cars, right. Italian, German, American, Japanese, and they all look a little bit different. And I think it's the same thing that's going on in the skies. I think it comes from everywhere, and some of it only visit us. We'll visit once, and they never come back. So there you go. This has been a great phone call, Christy. Man, you're the best.
Let me say one thing that's going to take 20 seconds before you hang up. You better not hang up to my girlfriend without talking to me.
I will never.
20 seconds, man.
I will never hang up on Christy.
Okay.
All right, Christian, get on the phone.
All right, man. I just want to say, I was, this affected me. I told everybody at work. Everybody was laughing, and all this. 1 year later. 2017 happened, and I'm just really happy that I'm gonna be like,
I know,
I
right?
told you.
I know.
That's all I wanted to say,
and
man.
you deserve that.
I can't imagine the people.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, let's be honest, a lot of people died being ridiculed for something that
I know
they were actually being honest about.
That's
messed
right.
up, man.
Yeah.
And
I'm
fortunate.
Yeah,
I'm very lucky that happened to me in 2016 and not in, okay, that's all I wanted to say, man.
Yeah.
You have a good night, Jim.
Yeah, you too, Christian. And thank you, Christy, for being courageous and getting on the phone. You guys have a great night.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Have a great night. And here's the thing. That was a fantastic phone call. Fantastic. That right there. Every phone call tonight's been great, but that right there is why I do this show. But here's the deal. The people, and some are friends of mine that I've gotten to know, the people that have held it inside, right, that they can't talk about. They've got a husband or a wife that just don't talk to me about UFOs anymore. Don't want to hear it. So they clam up. They can't go to work and talk about it, and they can't do that. They hold it inside. And here's the other part, where people start to question themselves. Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe it was something else. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe it's because it just comes at you and comes at you and comes at you and comes at, and that's wrong. I mean, that's wrong. I've seen what I've seen. That's it. I've seen what I've seen. And if I have somebody drilling down on me 24/7 that I'm crazy and it didn't happen and that's it and aliens aren't real and nothing is here, and there's nothing in the universe, and that's it. What does that do to your head? Well, you have to live with that every single day. And that's wrong. I mean, and that's such a great point from Christian. It's just wrong. So the relief factor, right? It's like the escape valve on an expensive watch, man. You just open that baby up, psst, right? The pressure release. That is potentially going to happen. For this community and for those out there, for everybody in this community that is talking about it, think about the millions out there that are not, right? That are not part of this community. Think about that, right? And suddenly, I told you, right? Something happened to me 10 years ago. I saw something in the sky 20 years ago. Never talked about it, but now I can. Let me tell you what I saw. It's going to be great. Think about that. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Going to take a quick break right here. And it's Thursday night. It is Fader night. It is open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. That's a great phone call right there. That's going to be tough to top, but you can try. 747-228-2051. It's Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
Church will. This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can, right now, get your free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right. 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30 days free. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. I'll get to calls again here in just a second. I caught this the other day. Today is May 12th. On May 6th, a new documentary about Randy Rhoads was released and is streaming. You can catch it on Amazon. I have no affiliation with Amazon, but that's where you got to go to watch it. I'm going to watch it tonight, and I saved it for tonight. And it's narrated by Tracy Guns. I've known Tracy for forever, man. Oof. I don't even know the first time we met. And it's got, I watched the trailer. I'm so excited about this. It's got new footage, and I thought I had seen everything out there. But this was just released. It's called Randy Rhoads, Reflections of a Guitar Icon. This is a really nicely done documentary, and I can't wait to see it. So I'm going to watch it tonight after the show. And Randy, you know, I had Rudy Sarzo, you know, on the show, who's featured in this film, of course. Had Rudy on the show a couple of months ago. We spent a lot of time talking about Randy, and all the years that I had known Rudy, and we worked together for a long time, years, and we were neighbors, and we built a studio at his house, and I just can't even tell you, days, years of sitting in there. I never talked to Rudy about Randy Rhoads. I just left the subject alone, you know, and plus we were working and things, but I never did. I just felt like if he wants to talk about Randy, he can. Now, there was a couple of times where I actually asked Rudy, because he had this huge video wall with videotapes and DVDs too, but I'm saying he had this huge videotape collection. And I said, hey, man, you got any secret Randy Rhoads videotapes? He goes, yeah, man, I got a few. And so we pulled some stuff down, and we sat and we watched them. But we didn't talk about Randy. Didn't talk about the plane crash, you know, and Rudy was there. Now, we did all of that on the show a couple of months ago, and it was the first time that I had ever asked Rudy any questions about any of this. So, Randy's death, to me, especially at that age, when all of that went down, I took it pretty hard, and all of us did. But as a guitar player, it was another thing for me. I took it really, really, really hard. We just never, those two albums, Blizzard and Diary of a Madman, which were just unbelievably game-changing records at that time with Van Halen and stuff. Now, I'm going to get to calls in a second. But the reason why this documentary is so important is that it stopped. He was just 25 years old. And so you could tell when you went back and listened to the old Quiet Riot material, and then you listen to Ozzy, he was like a brand new guitar player. And Blizzard was great. And you listen to Diary, and there was and you just, at that time, before he died, we were all going through the same things. Man, where's this guy going to be next year? What kind of guitar playing is he going to be doing late? This is crazy town. That's where we were with Randy. And then it just stopped. And I totally feel that everybody was in the same mindset. You don't think that somebody's going to just die like that. So how much video was shot? How, the high quality things, how much, because he's gone now, right? And now all we have is what is there up until the age of 25. What is there? And now this new documentary is out. And I am totally excited about tonight. So yes, I'm going to Wendy's. I'm going to get me a Dave's double. I'm going to get an order of fries. I'm going to get some chili. I'm going to get a little chocolate frosty and a Dr. Pepper. And I'm going to come back and roll through this documentary tonight immediately after the show. Those are my plans. So I put up, I don't have a link for it. I just remembered my plans for tonight. I've already got it plugged in and ready to go. But I popped it out in Twitter, and I also threw it into the chat room too as well. Again, it's called Randy Rhoads Reflections of a Guitar Icon, and it's narrated by Tracy Guns. So there you go. I gave you, now you got to go do your own work. You got to copy and paste. You got to go put it into Google. You got to head over. You got to check it out. You got to remember, that's all on you. Okay. But at least I did my part. It's going to be a great night tonight. I'm very excited about this documentary. Okay. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? JT.
What are you doing, man?
I'm talking guitar, man, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and you're doing what you do. You're in. You're in 18 wheels. What kind of tractor do you have?
Freightliner.
12 speed?
No, 9.
9.
We just run local, man. We don't get on the freeway.
Okay. At least you didn't say automatic.
No.
No.
Automatic.
Automatic.
I'm not a truck driver.
Oh, man. There is nothing like when you, and I've done this many times. Not too many people have had the opportunity to do this. Sit in a passenger seat in a tractor and watch a veteran truck driver go through the gears with no clutch. Dude, that is magical, man. Magical.
It's not magical.
Oh, you know it is. You know it is.
Oh, it's not.
It's magic. That's
anybody could do it.
No, man, that's black magic, actually.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, not anybody.
Anybody can do it, man.
Oh, man.
It's just like playing guitar. I mean,
sure.
In a way.
Sure.
Not,
Okay. All right.
Like I can't play guitar like you can.
So you drive local, so you don't have a sleeper.
No.
Yeah.
No. You just on the starts, but I told you.
Yeah, I know.
I got two more Fadernight.
And that's
then
it.
No more horn. I'll be out here, but just won't have the horn.
Oh, man. Well, congratulations, man. And Are you going to miss
Got
it?
The gig.
Are you going to miss it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I will, but being home every night, working regular hours, I mean, because I'm retiring from truck driving now, remember, don't?
Yeah, I know that.
I'm not retiring.
No, I'm saying, are you going to miss, driving a truck? Now, since you drive local, you're not going to Truck Stops of America and taking showers. You're not doing any of that.
No. I haven't done that in years.
Did you used to do it?
I've taken showers. I just haven't taken them at a truck stop.
Have you? Have you?
Get that straight.
JT, did you ever go across country?
Oh yeah, I used to run 48 in Canada.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So you did
all over the place.
You did the truck stop food. You were stopping every 4 or 5 hours and doing that thing.
Oh yeah. Have you seen a picture of me? Why do you think I weigh almost 500 pounds?
I love it, man. I love truck drivers. I love it, man. I love it. When I'm out on when I'm on the freeway, right, and I'm driving, and I do a lot of driving. I love to drive. When I go to get gas, I don't go to Shell. I go to TA. I go to TA, man. I go to I go to those truck stops. It's so much fun, man. It's a whole nother world in there, man. It's a whole nother thing going on.
Sorry about all this noise.
That's okay.
I'll be done with it. I'll be done with it in a minute.
You hear the PA system. Shower number 10 is ready.
And they're clean. They are. I mean, nowadays they are super clean.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, they've been that way for years.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I remember going in there like, man, I hope I don't stick to something.
Yeah.
You know the old Bill Murray thing in Caddyshack?
What's that?
Or no, when Chevy Chase walked into, was it Bill Murray's place in Caddyshack? You told him, have a seat in Chevy Chase. He says, I don't want to stick to you.
That's one of the best scenes ever. You know what's funny about that? That whole Chevy Chase, Bill Murray vibe in that movie, Chevy Chase didn't want to do the movie. He didn't even want to be there. Those two were in stiff competition.
I didn't know that.
They were in stiff competition. And so what this is my opinion, and I think both of them have said this over the years, that tension, that thing added to it. Those scenes were magical, just magical. So
yeah.
So
well, I just sent a tweet out there. You've been sitting in the front room for over a week now.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this. So, okay, everybody, can I make the announcement? JT bought a drum set. And so where did you go? Did you go to Guitar Center?
No, Sweetwater, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
You went to Sweetwater. Hey, man, that's a nice campus.
Got to keep it local, buddy.
People don't know. Sweetwater, that campus is like YouTube or Google or Apple.
Yes, it is.
That is a serious. Sweetwater is no friggin' joke, man. That is
their
no joke.
Their competition only wishes they could. I mean, musicians, friends / Guitar Center.
Right.
They only wish they could be like Sweetwater.
Yeah, I've been to Sweetwater so many times to speak and do things there. The owner, Chuck.
Oh, really?
I've known Chuck. I've known Chuck since he started Sweetwater. Their vice president of sales. I used to work with that guy. And
are we driving up there next time you come to Indy?
Oh, they love me there. I can get you the full tour.
Are we driving up there? I'll drive.
Yeah, we can do the full tour.
So I can meet somebody. I mean, somebody big like you, I'm just meet.
Hey, JT, they would roll out the red carpet for you, man. They really,
they already do, man.
So
they do every time. Their customer service is just crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah, they're the best. So anyway, tell me about your drum set. You got a Tama, right?
Oh yeah. The strongest name in drums.
Yeah,
baby.
No doubt about it. So you got a Tama set.
Huh?
You got a Tama set.
I was gonna get the Gibraltar double bass pedal like I had in Portland.
Yeah.
But then you know what? I'm gonna try this Tama Iron Cobra that I've heard about. And man, I took it out of the box. There's that one picture.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
I thought about touching it with my foot, and that thing went boom like that. I mean, that thing had
how many cymbals did you get?
I just got right now. I got the Crash, 2 Crash, 1 Ride, and the hi-hats, but I'll add on I like to go to the store and hit them with the sticks like I'm going to play them.
Now, what?
You know, I mean, that's how you try a cymbal out. You go in the store, you pick up a stick, and you smack that thing like you're playing it live. You don't just sit there and tap on it.
You know, I hate that, but you have to do it. There's nothing worse than going to the NAMM show and going through the drum section and everybody hitting those cymbals. It's like, oh my God. So anyway, next to the couch, are those rototoms?
Yes, sir. Remo rototoms.
Dude, you're no joke, man. So you got a
I've never been, and I see that blue LP block. I've had that. That's the only thing I took out of Portland. When I had a jet black Tama set in Portland on the worship team there. And when I left there in 2011 to come back here and take care of mom and dad till they passed away, I left it at the church because I didn't want to leave them high and dry. But it was 4 mounted in 1 floor. This is 3 mounted in 2 floor. So it's still a 7-piece set. But I had the rototoms there and everything. And that blue LP block.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just to me, it's got a sound. It almost sounds like a cowbell, but it doesn't. And I don't know if you've ever been, I'm sure you've been around somebody that has those LP blocks, but that blue one just sounds so sweet.
Yeah, and for people that don't know what you're talking about, LP is a company called Latin Percussion.
Oh, and sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, that's okay. and so all that cool stuff that you see drummers playing, some weird block or something metal or something with, that's all Latin percussion. Not all Latin percussion, but that's the company. So
they're the best.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back into this. Somebody just said, "What? Jimmy plays drums too?" No. I play drums like a white guy. I play like this. I can't do this. And so no,
I'm going to put some tutorials out, and stuff like that, and drum videos. And
are you really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm already working on one of them.
So how good are you, JT?
Well, I'm just gonna.
You can play.
I don't know.
Okay,
I can play.
You're scaring me.
Okay. So I modeled myself after guys that don't stick in the groove. I mean, they don't hold straight time all the time. They hold time, but it's like the song I'm working on right now is 6/8 with 6/8 time. 6/8 time with subdivisions of triplets on the bass drum. So it's not, but to me it's not hard. I would like 6/8 time. I love 6/8 time. The CDs I'm on when Pastor Tim is funny because the way I used to practice, just like I practice now until for the next 2 weeks anyway.
Right.
Is Tim would make a cassette tape, get him on the acoustic or electric, and just, some key lines of the verses and stuff like that. He'd give it to me, say, okay, we're going to do this song a couple weeks at worship, or we're going to put it on the CD. One of the songs is called Baptize All Nations. And we went into the studio to do that, and I hadn't played with anybody, just on my steering wheel, one stick in my right hand, and then I, hold the steering wheel in my left hand. But anyway, and I work out my drum part. And we're in the studio. And this live hookup, I'm isolated in a booth. Got the sound I want out of my Tama set, the tone and everything. I try to mimic Alex's snare drum, but I don't want to get Alex Van Halen's snare drum exactly like his.
He's one of the most underrated drummers. And I've always felt he never got his due. Now, right. Look, when we talk about drummers that know how to play off time and still be in time, like
Neil Peart, same with Neil.
Stuart Copeland, the best at it, man. I mean, the best, and being able to play ahead or behind the beat. Your snare is still there. Your kick, and everything. You know what I mean? But the audience doesn't notice it. The audience is just grooving, and that's a tough thing to do. And you know who used to do that? Alex Van Halen. Alex Van
Exactly.
Halen was a
And Neil?
master at it. Yeah, Neil, of course.
And that's what,
and you know who
that's
else?
what I'm saying. Those are the guys I kind of tried to mimic or emulate, because, just like on Tom Sawyer, man, he changes so many. Look how many different changes he makes. Neil makes in Tom Sawyer.
Well,
from straight times and booms and quarter notes, 8th notes, 16th notes.
All those. If you go back to Blue Note and listen to all of those jazz drummers, white, black, red, it doesn't matter. Those guys playing ahead or behind the beat and keeping that groove going, right? Just go and listen to that. But then, to me, there is a reason why drummers respect John Bonham. John Bonham never played anything on the beat. You think that he did, right? Because the songs had so much groove. But you go back and you start to pick those tracks apart, and you're listening. You're like, what? Go listen to "Fool in the Rain." Go listen to "Fool in the Rain."
One of my favorites though is "House of the Holy."
Yeah. Oh, man.
Dun, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun,
But listen to that kick drum. Nobody would have, any normal drummer, right, would have played that song completely different. Completely. Take John out of the mix. Take Bonham out, and you would just have some guy in there,
right?
And Bonham, no, he taught every drummer on this planet how to play just a little bit differently, and that was the gift that he gave. That's why every drummer, I don't care if it's country, rock, classical. Doesn't matter. Who's your favorite drummer? John Bonham. Right? It's just like they show the respect. John, and he was a farmer. He was a farmer. That's what his family did. And it's just crazy. Totally 100% self-taught. So there you go. JT, I miss you, man. And what a great way to close out the show. I cannot wait to see the videos. The world's biggest drummer is what you're telling me. So
501.3 pounds right now. So we're working
you are not 501 pounds.
Well, 502, I guess.
No, you are not.
You went around.
Oh man.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, that's why. Did you notice the throne I got has the back on it? I'm 63 now. I had to get the throne with the back.
You had to get the geriatric throne.
Yeah, it's like that staircase that goes up automatically. Hey, check this next picture out if you got a second. I don't know if you got a minute or not.
Let's
go.
Go.
Why it's not unpacked yet. It should be there in a second. Because Mom is in Lafayette. Papa's trying to get the house done before she gets back Sunday. Get all that cardboard and bubble wrap out of the living room because where are we going to put it? Where are we going to put it?
This is awesome, man. JT, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see the videos. Give me the horns and give me the numbers. Let's go.
All right. Numbers 624 to 26, everybody. Time to fade to black. And here we go. This is the second to the last one. Next week's the last one if I get through. Love y'all.
Love you back, JT. That's JT from Indy. And so proud of him. He's retiring from trucking. He's going to go run himself a church. And he got himself a drum set. Thank you so much, JT. Be safe out there. And what a great way to wrap up another great, fantastic Fader night. Like I told everybody, my plans, going to Wendy's, Dave's Double, Randy Rhoads documentary tonight after the show. So there you go. Thank you to everybody that called in tonight. Fantastic show. Absolutely perfect. And this is right now, tonight, the reason why I do Fade to Black. What a perfect show. That was perfect. How about Christian and Christy? Yeah, man. You got to love it. Fade to Black is produced by Hill J. Palmer, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. And this broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2022 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. We've got an amazing week next week. You thought this week was good. You wait. You just wait. I'll see everybody on Monday. Until then, I want you to be safe. It's time to fade to black.